Hi everybody, welcome back. I want to do a little declutter for today's video. Now I did think, oh, do I really need to film this? But actually, declutter videos are always really interesting, I find. But I have also done a lot of content recently on wanting to be more minimal, and I have done some declutter videos to go along with that. So I don't necessarily think, perhaps I could be wrong, that this will be a long video, but I want to declutter some nail varnishes and some makeup brushes. Now, I did a little while ago, as part of a makeup declutter video, I think, declutter some makeup brushes. But because we have moved recently, I didn't actually end up doing anything with those makeup brushes. So when we moved, I kind of packed up all my makeup brushes together and they've all been mixed into each other. But I have figured out what ones I want to declutter now, so I will show you those and we'll go through some nail varnishes as well. But we'll do a little overhead so you can see what products I'm keeping and what products I'm decluttering. Let's go through it by brand. I only really have 3 brands for nail varnishes anyway, but the first one is Nails Inc. I have 6 in total and I'm going to keep all 6. The first one is a base coat. This is the Kale base coat. And whenever you paint your nails, it's always a good idea to have a base coat and a top coat. So I think this is my only base coat. So it makes sense to keep this one. And I like this one as well. I like that you can use the lids to pop your nails on when you're doing your nails. And I like that the brushes with Nails Inc are a little bit chunky, but they're not too chunky where it becomes messy to apply the nail varnish. So that one's gonna stay. And then the other 5 are gonna stay as well. These I got as a set on QVC, maybe about like 3-4 years ago. And these are a lovely selection of warm browns. I think the theme was coffee because they've all got coffee type names. So this one is the lightest and this is a really great neutral on me. It's a warm beige and this is called Caffeine Queen. So if I want something on my nails that isn't necessarily a whack of colour but something very natural, this is the one that I go for. The next one has a little bit of shimmer in it and it's a sort of warm camel shade. This is called Life is Grape. The next one is very similar to Life is Grape, but this is a slightly darker camel and it has no shimmer in it. This one's beautiful. This one is such a great colour. This is called I'm Decaf. The next one is probably my favourite nail varnish. So it's a little bit frustrating that this was a limited edition shade and you can't get any of these anymore. But I do recall somebody giving me a dupe for this from Essie. I think I need to try and find out where I wrote that down. But this is called Daily Grind and it's a beautiful terracotta burnt orange shade. This is great for this time of year, especially back in October. It really kind of fit in with that pumpkin spice colour theme. That one's beautiful. And then this is a gold shimmer shade. This one is called A Whole Latte Love. Really lovely shimmer shade. This is great for, again, this time of year, but also December, like festive Christmas nails. This is a lovely shade. So I'm keeping all 6 of my Nails Inc ones. I have 9 OPI shades. This one I bought when I stopped getting my gel manicures because my nails were still damaged underneath, even though it's meant to be more gentle. This is the OPI repair mode. I haven't needed to use this since getting my nails strong after having the gel removed. So I don't think I will really use this that much, but it's handy if I do ever need to. So I will keep that, but don't expect to use it that much. I've actually got 5 Nail Envies. I do have a clear one on at the moment, which is Pink to Envy, but that one is downstairs next to my laptop. So I do have 5 Nail Envies actually, and I'm gonna keep all 5. I know it sounds excessive, but they're all different colors and I love Nail Envy. I wear Nail Envy quite regularly. So I might do like a week of a colour and then a week of Nail Envy. So I find it handy to have it in my collection because I really find that it gets my nails strong and long. So the shades that I have are Bubble Bath, an iconic OPI shade, a very soft pale pink. Next one is called, what you called, Nearly Nude. So this is more beige in colour, possibly a little bit more wearable on me than Bubble Bath. Next one I think is a shade up in the beige. This is called Samoan Sand. And then the last one, these need a little bit of a shake. This one is called Hawaiian Orchid. So this is cool toned, so it's not the best shade of pink on me, but it's a Nail Envy and I'm going to keep it because I love Nail Envy. This is Hawaiian Orchid. And then I'm going to keep these 4 nail lacquers from OPI. So I've got different spring colour shades to choose from. So first one is called Apricot AF, a really lovely apricot peach wearable warm light orange shade. That one's great for sort of spring and summertime. As is this one, which is called Self-Made. This is a warm, light, kind of muted green shade. So it's nothing too like mossy or olive, or also really bright like an apple green might be. This is a really wearable green shade. Again, spring and summertime for me. I haven't really worn much of it recently. This is my red shade. This is Cajun Shrimp. It's a really warm red shade and it's beautiful. I do like to have in my collection at all times really a nail envy and a red, and this is the best red that I have found for me. And then a coral shade. This is Susie Is My Avatar, classic OPI shade. This is an Infinite Shine, but you don't need to wear like the gel primer or top coat afterwards. But that's a really lovely year-round coral shade. Great for your toes in the summer as well, actually. So no declutters yet. However, finishing off with my Essie nail varnishes, I'm going to keep this one, which is my only top coat. I do sometimes use OPI Nail Envy, the clear one, or the Pink to Envy as a base coat or top coat, but I do have a separate base coat from Nails Inc and this top coat from Essie. This is the Gel Couture top coat, which came highly recommended, and I do like it. But I am going to declutter these 3 nail varnishes from Essie. The first one is called Flying Solo. I bought all 3 of these as spring suggested shades, but actually they're all too cool toned on me. This is a pink, but this is very much like a bubblegum pink, which isn't the best shade of pink on me. So I am going to declutter that one. I'm also going to declutter this one, which again is kind of cool toned on me. This is Bikini So Teeny. It's a blue purple shade, mostly blue with a little bit of purple in, a little bit of iridescence, but blues I find very difficult on my skin tone, and this does pull cool on me. And then this one, which is called Seize the Day, which is like an iridescent mint green shade, but I don't need 2 greens in my collection because I don't wear green that often, and if I'm going to wear green I would rather go for OPI. So I'm going to declutter that Essie one as well. So that is 3 declutters of my nail varnish. And then finishing off with makeup brushes, I have already gone through what I'm going to declutter out of these, and I've separated them to declutter and to keep piles. So I'll just quickly run you through those. Starting off with the declutter one. This is a massive Makeup Revolution fluffy brush. It's just too big for anything. It's too big for face powder, it's too big for bronzer. If I use this to blend out too much bronzer or blusher on my face, everything just then loses definition. So that's a declutter. I have one of these contour brushes. I sometimes use this for like foundation or cream blushes, but to be honest, I have better brushes that I'm going to keep for that job. Similar sort of thing with this one as well. This one is more just domed. And then I have a Kabuki brush as well. This one is by Zoeva, but I don't use this one for foundation. I use my Merit brush instead. I have a Zoeva powder brush, but again, like with the Makeup Revolution one, this one is too big. It's too big for powder, too big for bronzer, too big for blusher. Everything just then kind of merges into one. And then I've got a Lily Lolo angled blusher brush, but I have a Zoeva one that I'm keeping that I use over this one. And then I've just got some eyeshadow brushes. So I've got a flat packer brush by Wet n Wild, but I've got a Zoeva one that I'm keeping that I prefer. This is an angled contour shader brush, but I don't use many eyeshadows where I need to keep that, so I never use that basically. This one I do sometimes use, but where it is quite big, I have the same problem that I have with those big face brushes. So this is for the eyes. This has actually rubbed off, so I don't know what it is, but it's quite a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. And if I use it, again, everything just sort of like blends into one. So I'll get rid of that. This is a Merit No. 2 brush. It's a double-ended eyeshadow brush, but I don't use it, so no point in having it. This one I don't mind. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one of the eyeshadows that you get in the eyeshadow palettes. This is double-ended, fluffy side, one side, and a flat packer brush the other side, but I have better brushes than this one. And then this one I used to use when I wore like a nude eyeshadow all over the lid, because it's quite a nice big eyeshadow brush. But again, I have better brushes in my collection than this. And then the ones that I'm keeping, I'll just quickly run you through those. This one is by Zoeva. It's a bit battered, but it's a domed brush. I wear this for cream blushes. I might sometimes use this one instead, which is by Real Techniques. I can't remember what this one is called. It's all rubbed off on the handle. I'm not too sure. I've had it for ages. Another Real Techniques brush. This is a setting brush, I believe, but I use this for powder highlighter. This is also by Real Techniques. I think this is the Expert Face brush, which you use for foundation, or I use it for foundation. And I do also have a mini of it as well, and the mini is great for travel. I'm going away next weekend, so I will take this one with me. I also have a couple of other mini brushes by Real Techniques. This is a mini medium sculpting brush, so this is good for like cream blushes, not powder blushes, it's too dense, but cream blushes, cream bronzers, this is what I would use. And then I use this one for blushes or bronzers. It is a slightly large head, but I don't find it as large as, say, the Zoeva one that I'm decluttering. This is a brush by Avon. I don't know what it's called, but this one I use for the Giorgio Armani Fluid Shears Glow Enhancers, the liquid blushes that I love, and this applies them really beautifully. It's a really lightweight, fluffy brush, but I still have good control. And then for powder blushes, this is by Zoeva. This is the cream cheek actually, so cream or powder, but I use this for powder blusher. It's quite a fine, precise head. For my foundations, I always use this Merit brush. This is the #1 brush. It's a dense but soft foundation brush, and it's a nice sort of compact handle as well. It's not as short as the Real Techniques one, but it's still great for travel. My newest brush in my collection is my Hourglass concealer brush. This is fantastic. This is not going anywhere. And then I have some eyeshadow brushes. So this one is a concealer buffer by Zoeva, but this one I'm keeping to apply the MAC paint pot. This is a brow line brush by Zoeva. I don't use it for brows. I use this for powder eyeliner or blending out pencil eyeliner. This is a petite eye blender. This is to put on eyeshadow underneath my lower lash line. And then I have some blending brushes. So I've got the Zoeva Luxe Crease 228. This is for my crease shades, so MAC Soft Brown. If I need something a little bit more defined, so maybe applying a darker shade along my upper lash line, but I want to diffuse it, I'll wear this brush, or use this brush rather, 231 Luxe Petite Crease by Zoeva. If I need a little bit more precise crease work, this is the Precision Firm Blender by Sigma. The E27 Detail Blending Brush by Sigma is great for precise sort of blending. My Packer Brush by Zoeva, 234 Luxe Smoky Shader. That's great for packing on shimmer shades. And the final brush is a little Eco Tools Flat Packer. This is really good for putting a powder highlighter, for example, on my inner corner. And then that's just a glass nail file. So all the brushes that I'm keeping do still fit in this one container, but once I've decluttered the others, I will separate them out. So I'll have eyeshadows in one and then face in the other, so it's not so compact. So these are what I'm decluttering then. 3 nail varnishes from Essie, all relatively cool toned on me and shades that I don't reach for that often. So a pink, a mint green, and then a bluey purple shade. And then all of the makeup brushes that I'm decluttering because they are either duplicates or I don't reach for them or I don't feel like they do a decent enough job. And the brushes that I'm keeping I use more frequently over these and I just prefer them. So those are my declutters for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day and I will see you soon. Bye bye.